Nah, man, straight up, the shop was animals, so you couldn't come in there fucking unprepared or, you know, for real, man. Like, you had to, this was like the lunch table on steroids.
We are back. I don't even really think y'all understand, or even understand what this More Smudge show is about. Next to me is not only a legend, not only a pioneer, not only somebody that I would call a comrade, brother at arms, you know, soldiers that was in the trenches, from fashion to hip hop to, I mean, I'm just talking about innovating, originators of what Detroit hip hop really is versus what misinformation y'all may have received over these 30 years plus so amount of, you know what I mean? That's 3 decades we've been going through and doing this. So next to me, the man that has many names, Loester, you know what I'm saying? Low key, you know what I mean? Loe Louis, you know what I'm saying? Knocking them out, like, seriously. Dope rhymer, freestyler, battler. I've seen this man do some very incredible things. I'm gonna just say, as an MC from a brother to another. Welcome to the show, my man.
Hey, man,
Louis, bro.
peace, man, peace.
Peace, bro.
Thanks for having me.
Thank
for
you
real.
for being
Thanks
here,
having
man.
me.
So,
Thanks for having me.
the bag came in. It's on More Smudge Show. Unboxing them alone.
Ooh, look at what that is right there, baby. I see that right there, baby. Ooh, what that is right there. Ooh, nicely done. Okay. Ooh. Ooh. This right here, too. Ah. Yeah, that's the cotton right there. Jeans for you. Easy right here, right here, right here. Let's see that with the logo cap. Dun, dun, dun. So that. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, dang. Fresh fold. Long sleeve on.
Shout out to Maurice Malone for sponsoring the More Smudge Show. Over 40 years in the fashion industry, the original style of Detroit hip hop, bringing it back to where we started. Visit www.mauricemaloneusa.com and shop online for the freshest fits, drips, and tips. Support the legacy of a true originator and pioneer, Maurice Malone.
The most anticipated hip-hop album of the decade, The Rhythm Kitchen, produced by Reno made this beat. The producer that put J Dilla on his first major record. Now he's dropping an album for your behind with 13 dope tracks for you to max out to. The Rhythm Kitchen, available now at www.renomadethisbeat.com.
Just taking it back, man, I just want to set the scene for the people so they can understand.
Okay.
Around the time I met you may have been early 91, like Rhythm Kitchen.
Yeah.
So let's take it back a little bit before that.
Yeah.
Let's start with, let's just say, the scene.
Okay.
Watching the scene, Nat Morris and all of that coming up, man. Like,
Okay.
what was that take on you? How did that affect you as far as your creativity and your Detroit love?
Just seeing the scene, of course, that was like the spot, you know, 6 o'clock or whatever to be if you wanted to see all the new stuff that Detroit has to offer, you know what I'm saying? Whether it was the new dances, the cool people, the clothes they was wearing, the swag that they was saying, the new words, you know, pony down, what up though, you know, booga booga, and all kind of, you know, stuff that they was doing, man. But I grew up on the west side, on Plymouth between Southfield and Greenfield. So I grew up on the same street as DJ Razorblade.
Wow. Okay.
You know, and DJ Razorblade, that was like Awesome Dre first DJ. and everything, Sean Lindsay or whatever, of course, related to, some of the lords or whatever, those are all his nephews and things like that.
Wow.
But as far as me, I was about 6, 7 years old, ever since I could read or understand like a Dr. Seuss book, I was trying to come up with my own rhymes, you know what I'm saying?
Wow, hit you early.
Yeah.
So you got the bug early.
Yeah. So one day, Sean Razorblade was coming down the street or driving down the street or something, and he saw us outside rapping and breakdancing and stuff, and he like, I didn't even know, you did that or whatever. So, got with him, and we had a little group of kids or whatever. It was like me, my aunt, Johnny, this kid down the street, another kid down the street, and we were called the ACPs. And we had won a bunch of talent shows at like the skating rinks and stuff.
Oh, wow.
After,
Okay.
He got us or whatever, and we started practicing and everything. So they was having a big contest on the scene or whatever, right? So we went and did the contest on the scene. Of course, we won, the contest or whatever, but Nat liked us so much.
Wow.
That he brought us back or whatever. And then, like every, day, basically at the beginning of the scene, they would play our little, routine that we had wrote and made up,
Wow.
for him, you know what I'm saying? WGPR 107.5, channel 62. It's all the way live at 6 o'clock. You turn on the scene. Watch all the dancers as they scream. They got pretty faces and pretty smiles. Women got class. The man got style. Well, who is the man that we love the most? Well, I think it's Nat, because he's the host. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
that rocked or whatever. And that was like the beginning.
Wow.
Just, going back and watching it on there and seeing myself on
Yes.
TV looking like the Chinese movies, the old, Kung Fu movie.
theater.
Yeah, man, looking all flat and stuff like that. That was crazy. But that's kind of like where it started, for me or whatever, man. Because, this the D.
Right.
So, we saw New York and we saw Cali or whatever, but I wasn't really watching them like that when somebody on the block got a new refrigerator or a stove or something. And we
The
grabbed the
boxes.
cardboard box or
Cardboard
whatever,
box.
and everybody writing on it and dancing, before even, trying to rap or whatever. Like, that was
So you
my,
started
like,
as a
introduction.
B-boy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Doing
That's-
all the other things besides rapping.
Right.
Yeah.
Dang, man. Okay, so when did the official, like when you said, I can do this, like...
I went to school. Me and Swing went to school with each other.
That's
Like,
Swing Low.
Swing Low.
Shout out to
bro.
Swing Low,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. He started. He stayed a couple blocks away from my grandmother or whatever. So we stayed in the same neighborhood. Went to the same school and everything. So I would say like.
What school did you go to?
Coolidge.
Coolidge.
Over there off of Woodmine or whatever. We both went to Coolidge. Then I went to Brooks. Then we moved downtown.
Wow.
After that or whatever. But with Swing, he was the beatboxer.
Get
I
out
was
of
the
here.
rapper. When I first really started, like,
Wow.
I'm really gonna try to rap
about
or
to do
whatever.
this.
Like, he would do the beatbox, and then as we moved on, like, he did the music.
Yes.
And I did the rhymes or whatever. Swing rhymed too or whatever. But that was my first, introduction.
So
and
we
all the
talking-
cats, like the cats who was over there coming over Swing House, was like Big Tone and
Really?
Bugs.
Serious?
You know what I'm saying? The Swing had the 31 flavors. That was the name
Correct,
of
that
his
was the crew, right.
You know what I'm saying? And my crew was the last
Last
ones
ones
out
out.
or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's when we had hooked back up and saw each other.
Okay,
And we
got
kinda, like
you.
put the whole thing, together or whatever, man. Cause like I say, we all grew up together. Man.
Dang.
We all grew up together.
Wow. So, okay.
And Fuzz and B Flat
I was gonna
stayed
ask
in
you-
the other direction. So you got Swing in this direction and Eyebrow, whatever.
Yes,
In this direction.
Eyebrow.
Then in this direction, it's Fuzz Scooter and it's B Flat. You know what I'm saying? Then if you walk a little bit this way towards Chicago, then you got Elzai.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
Nick
so-
Speed was over there. He was a little younger though, but yeah. Wow.
Yeah, man. So that was my, beginnings or whatever. And when we did like those skating rinks and stuff like that, and being on the scene and doing stuff like that, that's where I met like a lot of the old school, rhymers like Smileys, and
okay.
Detroit's Most Wanted.
Shout out to Ski Lee,
all them or whatever, man, and the Funketeers, dancers, and they knew us. We all was, I was a baby,
Right.
So
how old
seeing
are you
all
around
these
this time?
people, whatever. 6, 7, 8 years old in there or whatever. So that's my beginning.
Wow.
You know, and I'm right there, like, you know,
You was in the heart of it.
Yeah,
West
seeing
Side
all my
part of it.
heroes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang.
Seeing all my
East Side,
heroes.
we had like Esham, Champtown,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Kid Rock, of course, but that's like
Yeah.
before.
Yeah.
That was the 80s.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
you know what I'm
and
saying?
see, Razor Blade, like he was really into it.
Right.
You know, already or whatever. So we was, you know, getting the chance
I was
to
getting the
see
inside
that. Yeah.
full spill
Yeah.
of what that was.
Yeah.
So that makes sense, man, because when I first saw y'all get down, like I could remember y'all was just, I don't want to say hogging the mic at the Rhythm Kitchen, but there was so many of y'all.
Yeah, like a whole clan.
You couldn't really tell, like, you know, who was who or what, but you could once y'all rapped.
Like, oh, they all together.
And it was styles.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? So, from Pop Squally to Jet Black, just all of that, man. Like, give me...
Everybody kind of bounced off of each other so well, you know.
It was.
Yeah.
And it was like... I don't want to compare us to no East Coast or none of that because we are in a land of our own.
It was before Wu-Tang.
I wanted to say that, but I don't want to say that.
Before Wu-Tang or whatever, man. And only people I could think that was together like that, maybe Souls of Mischief might have beat us. They had a whole crew or whatever. I guess that would be the hieroglyphics.
That would be like
not
hieroglyphics,
just, not just Souls or whatever. But they had a whole crew of people, but not in Detroit. You know, not in Detroit like that. A bunch of hip hop rappers, you know, and it all came from, you know, what we was just talking about earlier before the interview started, like being around each other and downtown hollering, "You rap, you know, who won the battle?" and at the malls and stuff, and looking for all the rappers and everything, and you know, that's how it all came about. And some of us just stuck together. Like I met San at the mall. I met DJ Dez, you know, at the mall.
Really?
And the ones I met at the mall, like, you know, we met on the party lines.
Yeah.
Like we'd, you know, call somebody and they call somebody else.
Three-way, what y'all doing,
We got people on there talking, rapping, dating, trying to get with this girl. You know, that's how it all started. And
wow.
then everybody, let's go to, you know, Fairlane this
Yes.
weekend or whatever. Everybody, we meeting up at Hart Plaza.
Yes.
And that's how it all, you know, as
that's-
far as us, as far
yes.
as our hip hop, that's how it all came, you know, together or whatever, man. And it was history after that. You know, you breaking your neck all week trying to get your freshest gear together for Friday and Saturday.
Yes, sir.
You know?
It was religious, man.
Yeah, it was religious. And once it started rolling, like, even the big people from out of town, they had to come see what we was doing. That was the best part about it. Because we knew, like, we was fresh. We just looked at it as nothing or whatever. Yeah, I'll see you next week or whatever, man. But some people came in there and they ain't make it out. You know, like we saw it with their eyes. Like, saw the Craig G's and, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Craig G and a lot of other Busta Rhymes too. A lot of people who came in there but didn't make it out or whatever. Like, it was official.
I was talking to DJ Sabotage, man. Shout out to Sabotage. We was talking about 3 Floors of Madness, you know, before the 3 Floors of Fun.
Yeah.
And he made a joke one time. He said, them cats came around and, you know, battled, whatever.
Yeah.
Detroit served them. But when they got on that plane and they landed, it was like they forgot about all that shit. Like, any ass whoopings got handed to them. Any lost, you know, like, whoa.
They just walked away or whatever. But it's it's legendary in our history, but you know, it's like I said or whatever. They didn't do anything like in New York or in Cali to make us want to go there and see what they was doing, you know, that week to get in the Source van and drive, you know what I'm saying? They came to us.
They came to us.
You know what I'm saying? They, you know, attracted to our energy or whatever. It was so big and none of us didn't have like record deals and all that shit.
Or the resources.
Yet, you know what I'm saying?
We
wasn't out there yet or whatever. They had
to
to come see what the hell we was doing, dog. Look how they look.
And
you know what I'm saying? There wasn't no internet and nothing like that. So all this was like, you know what I'm saying, word of mouth or whatever. Like, we making it to the source without the internet.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Look at these clothes. Like, what, you know what I'm saying? They got their whole potato sack. They got their whole movement. You know, that's what was different from with our hip hop from other people or whatever. You know, they might have just had the DJs doing it or might have had some rappers that was doing it, but we had everything.
We had
you know
all,
what I'm saying?
Yeah,
we had everything from the fashion, to the music, to the, you know what I'm saying, to everything, to the rapping to the whole nine.
That's funny, man, because when you really think about it,
The
like, I wanted to do
hairstyles, the way we
everything.
everything.
Yup.
We made up our own stuff. It was everything was in house.
In-house Detroit,
Everything
it
was
was really, and we had a
in-house.
pride about it too.
Yeah,
that I remember. It was like, you know,
Because it wasn't accepted, at first.
it was
whatever.
getting clowned.
Yeah, it was getting clowned.
Okay, speaking of clown, I got
Not everybody.
not everybody, but I can remember. I gotta pull this one out. Hip hop shop.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what day it was. It was definitely a Saturday.
Okay.
It was a Saturday,
Mm-hmm.
and I can remember my first time like hearing LZ.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't LZ yet. It was like L and a Z.
Mm-hmm.
When he spelled the way he spelled it today.
Yeah.
And he was freestyling over One Love.
Mm-hmm.
You remember that?
Yeah.
And he sounded exactly like Nas.
Exactly. Yeah. There was a couple cats like that. That sounded. Like I tell people, shit. Detroit got 100 Eminems. You know what I'm saying?
Preach.
Or whatever, man. 100 Elzais and 100 Nas's and all them people.
But it
That's
was
why
you
we don't
though.
look at it, the
But it was
same.
you. I can remember you took the initiative and you said what a lot of us were thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yo, you come in this shop. First, it was if you can't freestyle, you can't flow.
Yeah.
First off, when you grabbed this mic. Shout out Royce. I remember you was there. Head Gandhi.
Royce
he was
came
there.
a couple
Head Gandhi.
times,
But
yeah.
it was like
Yeah.
we knew that was a written.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Our whole thing was okay.
No,
what you
man,
got?
straight up, the shop was animals, so you couldn't come in there fucking unprepared or for real,
Tell 'em
man.
about it.
Like
Tell 'em,
you had
please.
this was like the lunch table on steroids, so you got the whole school in the lunchroom that hour. You feel me? So you couldn't come with that bullshit, like. Period. Like it was animals, man. You could really get hurt. Careers got ended up in there. People
yeah.
stopped rapping
Yeah.
up in the shop. Like, man, I'm not doing this shit. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. Shit became embarrassing, man.
Yes,
like,
some
you know
dudes
what I'm
they get
saying? Like, you
embarrassed.
coulda. It was brutal.
It was brutal.
It was brutal.
But it was a love aspect to the brutality.
yeah.
And that's
Always
the part that I
brotherhood.
want to really reiterate. It wasn't battle.
Right.
It was
wasn't.
still sharpening steel, diamonds cutting diamonds
Yeah.
to make the perfect cut of what that Detroit model was.
Right.
Because I can remember when Swift and Beretta first came in.
Right. That's what I was about to say, because it wasn't never like somebody was like, reigning champion, nobody. Nah, nigga.
Nah.
Every week, somebody then got sliced up or whatever. Like, Fruit then took down T the Pimp. Like, it was like the fucking stories or something or whatever.
Yeah, it
man.
was
You know what I'm saying?
drama.
It was drama or whatever. Like, what happened this week? Like, oh my God, what did he say? You had, like I say, wasn't no internet or nothing.
None
so
of
you was
that.
waiting to see what was gonna happen, you know what I'm saying, the next week or whatever, man.
And our battles,
Yeah,
I will say
brutal.
this, our battles did solve a lot of problems.
Yeah.
Like, if there were issues, for instance, if, I want to go into it. If rappers had the same name,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? If
That
you
name.
had to, and it was just like, okay, well, let's take, okay, well, hey, you know what I mean? Let whoever.
That's the D. See, we didn't start the battle shit, but we like perfected it, and it became ours because of the aggressive way that we did it.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? When you see our rap ciphers, you'll think like it's about to be a fight or something.
True.
That's why the police
Police used to
rushed
come
wanna
up there,
rush and
yeah.
try to break it up in Hart Plaza. We like, man, we just, rapping or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Now, all that shit is aggressive. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? So we could kind of take that or whatever, you know what I'm saying? That's our shit. You know what I'm saying? That aggressive, who wanna battle? And you know what I'm saying? It's just wild. Like, that's our shit or whatever. Other people did it, but they did it, you know what I'm saying?
And
Smooth
then,
or whatever.
smooth
You
with the
do a
whatever.
spin around. Nah, our shit was aggressive. Like, you'd think somebody's finna get punched in the face.
And it was
you know
all
what I'm saying?
hugs
They
and
rapping.
handshakes
Yeah.
afterwards too.
Yeah.
Like I
That
don't.
was it.
Well, it was one time or one fight at the shop. It was a couple fights.
Yeah, it was a couple fights,
It was
but
a couple
not
fights.
many.
But
or whatever,
nothing
man.
that was
For the most
just
part,
too
it
bad.
was love. Yeah.
Yeah, I had Reno Wesley on.
Yeah, okay.
And you know what I'm saying? We was
Reno
talking about
in
it.
One
and-
of the fights. Yeah.
You know what I mean? He was like, man,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? It got to me, feelings was getting hurt. Like
Right.
it was not personal.
Yeah. I mean, after a while, you know what I'm saying, it got to where, you know what I'm saying, because
What?
Some of the people who wasn't like the original people, they couldn't take it like that. You know what I'm saying? And they didn't, you know what I'm saying, look at it like that. After we started getting MCs and different people from other places, like he might not have came from that hip hop shit or whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? He can just, you know, rhyme or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Right. He made it in because he had the bars, but he really on some, you know what I'm saying, street shit or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Then it, you know, then it kind of like evolved in that or whatever, man. But like you said, at first it was just, you know, the rhymes or whatever, man, and who could be the most creative with the shit or whatever, man, and just hearing new cats who did what you did because it was so new. And, you know, it was like I said, it was like the mob, you know what I'm saying? So that's what we did.
It was an underground.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It was our shit because they hated the hip hop shit. Like, we got hated on. You're trying to be like New York. Y'all gay.
Yep.
Y'all all wearing kind of dreadlocks or whatever, you know what I'm saying? This Detroit hard, blah, blah, blah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we still Detroit, like, we still beat your ass. We have on big pants, you know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? Yeah, and dreadlocks or whatever, man. So it was hard to do your hip hop shit from here or whatever. Even SV or whatever, like, they was in the basement. You know what I'm saying? Before they even, you know what I'm saying, came out, you know what I'm saying, like that or whatever, man. Like, certain people wouldn't even come out into that shit, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, man. And then certain people, you know, would or whatever, man. That's why I say when we didn't have like the spot shed and all that or whatever, man, like we was like the mascots of this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like walking around and telling people about this shit or whatever,
passing out the flyers.
We'd get into fights with cats and legends, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, on the way to St. Andrews, you know what I'm saying, because of the way, you know, that the way we looked or whatever, man. So we didn't pay real dues for this shit or whatever, man. Coming out not hard or whatever, because Detroit was hard and is a hard. I don't think that we wasn't coming out hard. I just think man, not what they was talking about. I mean, it was just straight up gangster shit or whatever. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. And we, you know, wasn't like that. And even if we was like that, we didn't make music, you know, like that.
Sounded like that. You know what, I was talking to Masi Ski one time. Man. And he was talking about how, because I got cool with Masi when we started doing the Motor City Records thing. Shout out to, man, bro, love him, man. I got songs with Ski to this day, you know what I'm saying? And he just was like,
we looked up to him.
We did. But he was like he had to apologize. And he was like, man, I did not know that y'all was this Detroit. Like at Stucky Studio, like on Goddard, right down the street from Titus. He was just like, I'm sorry. Y'all know y'all history.
Yeah, like we might have repped it harder than everybody. Matter of fact, we did, because look what everybody does and what everybody want to be involved in. I mean, hip hop shit. Like it wasn't cool at first or whatever. Now everybody got dreadlocks. Everybody dressed all the colors.
Yep. He said
everybody hip hop. No matter what they talk about now, it's completely flipped. No matter what they talking about,
please,
they hip hop.
Elaborate on that.
You know what I'm saying? They hip hop.
Because what I remember, it was like, okay, we can get 5 elements of hip hop, the DJ and all of that. Okay, so rap would be a part of hip hop. However, we weren't accepted, and we remember that rejection. And we were claiming hip hop. Before us, the 80s was more rap with them. Because I know Awesome Drake and Pop Lock.
It was Detroit rap. You know what it was? It was Detroit rap. We ushered in the hip hop. That's us. The hip hop. You know what I'm saying? That's us or whatever. You know what I'm saying, man? That's 90s. What's that? 93.
That's that golden
90, era. You know what I'm saying? That's us or whatever. We the hip hop heads, and we the best. Like we got per se the best rapper that ever came out in the world. The best producer that's ever came out in the world. And clothing designer. Like y'all shit, man. Like we win. You know what I'm saying? Coming off the Motown stuff. So it's just the Motown grandkids shit. I guess that shit is in our blood or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I know when we was doing it and out in California, and some of the older cats was telling us, like, you can make it, Detroiter can make it or whatever, the black kids or whatever, but they'll only make it like so far or whatever. Because when Motown had it, like, they only fucked with Detroit. And the way I understand it is like everywhere else hated that shit.
And they suffered.
Like the Detroit producers.
Because they had to come here and go through.
You know what I'm saying? Everything, you know what I'm saying? The bus, where they rented the buses from, they went on tour. You know, everything was Detroit. You know what I'm saying? I guess they feel like if we get that, you know, again,
The
like
power
yeah,
again.
like that's all it's
We'll
gonna be.
never
or
let it
whatever.
go, right?
Yeah,
They would have to submit
running
to
that
our
shit.
will.
Motown was running that shit like a plant. You know what I'm saying? So imagine how they felt like when Ford, you know, first came out or whatever. So if they was pumping them out like that and you couldn't do shit nowhere else, like they don't want that shit again.
We did do a
then you have something like
assembly line.
yeah, then you have something like Eminem drop. They're like, oh fuck, you know what I'm saying or whatever. Like here it comes again. Like you can't win with that shit.
We manufacture.
This the D.
I heard you say that on something or something.
Yeah. We got a song we called "We Don't Rap for Rappers."
We don't rap for rappers.
And that's one of the lines or whatever on the hook or whatever. KG Killer Gang. Shout out to Killer Gang. Say something about, you know what I'm saying, how we manufactured the Cardi glasses or whatever. You know what I'm saying. And that's part of the hook or whatever, man. But yeah, this the D. I mean, people rep they, you know, city or whatever like they supposed to or whatever, you know, man. But I gotta rep mine like 100 times harder or whatever, man. Cause just like what I just said, that's facts.
It is facts. You know what I'm saying? And turn off that whole shit. Like to me, I'm telling you, from me to you, bro, with swing on the beat and that.
Yeah, that was the formula.
Bro, you said everything.
Yeah.
In that song.
Yeah.
Like, for real, I mean, from 13, 15, 15, 15, shop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
anytime I get a good opportunity, when I know people watching and stuff, I always try to like tell them like for real like how it went. You know, even when we was doing the white rapper show stuff and we was promoting on the news, I knew, you know what I'm saying, I had to have a rhyme about our history.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's how deep like this shit is or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how, you know what I'm saying, like hard it was to make it. You know what I'm saying? Right there or whatever. Till 20 years later, I still want to, you know, talk about it. And I got to tell you, you know, how it went. Because it wasn't, you know, like this how the shit, you know really what I'm saying, started or whatever, man. So that's kind of like our jobs. Just like how you calling me to this interview or whatever. And, you know, we talking and it's our job, you know, to tell the story because it's our shit.
It's our shit, man.
You know what I'm saying?
It do belong to us.
Yeah.
We did make it.
Yeah. Certain people can't tell it. They came in at a certain point.
Right.
Like we was definitely there from when this shit, before it popped out, you know what I'm saying? We was there at the delivery at the hospital when it came out. Like, you know, we was positioning people or whatever, man. And, you know, seriously.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah.
I got a word I want to drop on you. I want you to elaborate. Mm-hmm. Ready? Mm-hmm. Emixo.
Emixo Flafferdak. That's Emixo is short for Emixo Flafferdak.
Okay. And what does that mean exactly?
It doesn't mean shit.
Okay.
It's just we was just high. We was just high and trying to make up a name for a rap group or whatever, which was, you know, a group inside Last One's Out. It was me, Grim Reaper, rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Lorenzo or whatever, Zoe or whatever, and DJ House Shoes or whatever. DJ House Shoes made the beats, and we came with the rhymes or whatever. Emixo started with me and Shoes or whatever. Like I would always, you know what I'm saying, like hear his stuff or whatever, you know what I'm saying, and be rapping a little bit here and there to his stuff or whatever. But Shoes came out to Cali when we was out there, or whatever, man, and he made that beat. I think I had to come home for something or something was going on, but he made that shit and they called me and I was like, man, what, you know, I heard, like, what is this or whatever. Like, oh man, and shit. From there, we just, you know, made us a little group and everything or whatever, man. We put out one project, but we had a few songs or whatever.
Yes, you did. And we sold the tapes at the shop, like, just so everybody know, wasn't no hate, none of that. Everybody was available, whatever. I sold many of them in Mixo tapes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. See, man, and, you know what I'm saying, shout out to Maurice Malone. He sold other designers there.
Mecca,
you know what I'm saying, or whatever, man. It was all the hot shit that was in Detroit. You come to the shop to get your oils, your music, your clothes. You know what I'm saying? Your inspiration.
Source magazines.
You know what I'm saying? Your strength. You know what I'm saying? You came to get, you know, you can walk out the shop with what you needed, you know, till the next time.
Just couldn't smell like weed coming up in there. Yeah. It was very, you know what I'm saying? Very, it was a boutique. I say it like that. And when Maurice wasn't around, we could get a little relaxed.
Yeah.
Well, when he was there and on the set,
he didn't play that shit.
No, he did not. And if it was any problems in there, it was just like, okay. And I was the runt working there too, so I gotta do the shit jobs don't nobody else want to do.
Yeah, and don't think like he just made the clothes in the back and shit. Like Maurice would come to you or whatever if he ain't like that shit, and definitely say something or whatever.
Oh, definitely.
He's a quiet guy or whatever, but if he came to say something to you, he'll make your ass pay attention to it. Like, nigga, okay. So
seriously,
yeah.
Yes, the show was sponsored by the Hip Hop Shop.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? Got the logo cuffs, the new joints. Thank you, Maurice.
Yeah.
Sending the joints. He's
That's
back.
what's up.
We back up. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? We didn't link
I've
back
been on
up
the
together.
website. I seen a couple of fly things, whatever on there, man.
Yes.
Shout out to Maurice
MaloneUSA.com, man.
DJ Soulfinger.
Ooh, I told him bring it back. I told him.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, you got to start DJing again, man, because that whole energy of what that was is what really inspired us.
Yeah.
Like he
facilitated
having that idea, just Stanley's, a restaurant, Chinese restaurant. I'm gonna book it out. BYOB.
Right.
Bring all, you know what I'm saying?
Chinese restaurant.
And that changed
Everything.
Because I remember being too young to get in.
Yeah.
And Live Manifest would let us in through the back because we'd see him in the mall rapping for change, you know what I'm saying?
And we'll
selling
come in
tapes.
and duck down along the counter while other people was paying and doing their stuff. And we, that's how we would, sneak into it or whatever. We couldn't get in either or whatever, man. Outside the lobby and the parking lot was our home.
Yeah, it was. Because that was the raps. That was first time I met Jack Frost and West Chill and...
everybody,
chaos.
all the old heads, it was like the torches was
it was, but it wasn't like
was being passed or whatever.
But it was being
once it was kind of like that because once they heard like the shit we was on or whatever, it was like you can actually like see their faces and see them like. We had to take because I battled a couple, you know what I'm saying?
Did you?
Of them cats or whatever, man. And like you had the bridge like Dopadelic and
Yes.
Triplex, and then was like the bridge of both, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, man. But some of these young cats was coming in or whatever, like you didn't want to be standing in front of us or whatever, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, man. Like you couldn't do certain shit no more or whatever. Because like I said,
so we was a
little bit more aggressive or whatever, man.
I think it was
Proof
a lot
and them,
more
man,
aggressive.
with that battle shit and us. You know what I'm saying, with the battle shit, all like we was bringing the lunchroom table right to your face. You know what I'm saying?
Chin check
like,
with it.
Yeah, it was different.
So out of some of your battles, speaking of battles, what do you think like was some of the greatest battles that you may have witnessed, seen? You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to go back between you and Busta, none of that. But you know what I'm saying? Like, what was the what you saw?
It was so many, man.
Well, give me one that you thought just was like kind of set it off, and I'll tell you my one.
Okay. Line M or whatever, you know what I'm saying? That was
I was gonna say the
same. La Piece and M was a hard battle, but I'll say this.
What you gonna say? Please elaborate.
If Eminem would have battled Prophet that day, Prophet was gonna beat Eminem. Prophet, like La Piece was doing good or whatever, but Prophet took out everybody that day. Y'all remember, like everybody. And Proof snuck me in the battle to take out Prophet.
Oh, did
you know what I'm saying?
See, because I remember that, and I
wasn't even in the battle. I was judging the shit.
Yeah.
That cat was keeping time or whatever, and Proof silly ass. Oh, we got a special guest or whatever. Like he didn't even tell me either or whatever. Like we got a special guest or whatever. And it was like Prophet.
Yes.
La Piece.
Yes.
M.
Right.
Proof left. That was it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That was you know what I'm saying? That was it. The way I recall it or whatever. And you know what I'm saying? And he brought me in. I battled Prophet. Beat Prophet or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And I wanted to battle the winner between Eminem and Proof or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And they wouldn't let me battle the
I saw that part. So that's why you was like, nah. So I remember that.
Like La Piece and, so I only got in it like for that round just to take Prophet out, but I kind of was feeling Prophet that day because he took out the Rabies, he took out 31. Like I'm talking about like several members.
He was hot.
Like both the Rabies, you know what I'm saying? Like 4 or 5 of the 31 niggas or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like he, you know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Prophet.
Prophet
was
or whatever.
on
Fuzz,
one.
he took out Fuzz that day. Like it was Prophet was on the roll or whatever that day or whatever, man. But that was like, but it was so many, but that one or whatever.
I think that was the one.
Yeah,
I was gonna say that too.
Whatever,
and
M got him, you know what I'm saying? Like
you think M got him for real?
Yeah, like La Piece, my brother or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But you gotta go with go with the realness or whatever, man. La had some, you know what I'm saying, some strong shit.
He had some strong shit.
But he couldn't really after, you know what I'm saying, he said
barking
the
up the tree,
he said the
and
porch monkey shit.
Yeah.
Go tell your friends in
You
the
got
hood
beat
you
by
got
a
beat by a
honky.
honky. You couldn't fucking compete with that because you ain't had nothing to say. You know what I'm saying? He done said every fucking thing about, you know what I'm saying, about himself or whatever. Even though, you know, he learned that from us or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Because he didn't sound like that when he first came to the shop.
No, he did not.
And he wouldn't even come inside. He would, you know, stand outside.
Scared. He was scared.
Yeah, he would stand outside or whatever. He was sounding more like the dude who say, what's the one song or whatever? Am I younger? Not M used to sound like what's my man?
Oh, you from Booty Brown?
No, the one dude
Far
had
Side?
Nope. It was a solo artist rapper.
Milkbone. No, I'm just kidding.
No, silly man. No, but seriously, M sounded like I wish it was a baller. I wish it was
Skilo.
Skilo. That's
Yes,
how Eminem.
yes.
That's how Eminem sounded when he, you know what I'm saying, first came to the shop or whatever, man. And just watching that shit or whatever, like to me, like he's the master sponge. You know what I'm saying? And like the,
sure.
you know what I'm saying, the master, you know what I'm saying, mimicker or whatever.
Yes,
that's why like if you battling him, like, he can take your shit and do it better than you, and you ain't gonna have, you know what I'm saying, nothing
I wouldn't
to say
necessarily
or whatever,
say
man.
better.
Like,
I think that him being of the light-skinned breed,
yeah.
it was more amazing to see him adopt what we was doing, like watching him learn.
But he wasn't like the first white rapper that was rapping.
No, but he was
beat,
like
you
the
know
one
what I'm
that was using it the most, though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then Proof had him in the wing, so to speak.
Yeah.
So a lot of
but a lot of that was, you know what I'm saying, Proof though. Like he wasn't stupid, you know what I'm saying, or whatever.
But
like
no, everybody
you know
can
he
see
was
that,
building
though.
them. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
that's
they
how
couldn't see
I
that.
was seeing it or whatever. Like he was building them. You know what I'm saying, or whatever, man, to absorb that shit or whatever,
Correct.
you know what I'm saying, and take it like that. And that's why when he finally did come out and shit or whatever, like he was so hard to even to this day or whatever.
It's
yeah,
like how do you do that, right?
Yeah, like Proof had a lot to do, you know what I'm saying, with that shit. You look at M style and like we be like, man, he got his style from Fuzz and he got his shit from Fuzz, from Bugs. From Proof, you know what I'm saying, and from, you know what I'm saying, IQ or whatever. I hear all of them niggas.
IQ definitely.
You know what I'm saying? I hear
Shout
all
out
of them
to IQ,
niggas
man. Wow.
and Eminem flow. But out of all of them niggas, it's Proof or whatever because of how spontaneous he is.
Correct.
And Proof was the most spontaneous nigga. Like it wasn't. That's why you ain't even want to rap. You ain't even want to rap when he's rap because it wasn't no telling what the fuck he was gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Not even say like, dude, nigga might pick you up and turn you upside down and rap holding you, drink your drink. You know what I'm saying? And with a nigga, it wasn't gonna be no telling what the fuck he might, you know what I'm saying, what the fuck he might do or whatever, man. So you was already like scared with this nigga, like, man, I ain't fucking with this nigga Proof. Look at this nigga hair.
The spider's red.
Yeah,
like
like,
then.
man,
Wow, you taking me back.
Man,
Yes.
you know what I'm saying? I done seen a bunch of people get destroyed off of just appearances or whatever, man, and be, you know what I'm saying, the forethoughts or whatever. You know what I'm saying? They took niggas out. You get up there, you don't even know what to say or whatever because this nigga just drank some mud water and shit or whatever.
threw you
know what
totally
I'm saying?
off.
And told everybody he's gonna go piss while you saying your verse and he'll be back. And, you know what I'm saying? Like shit like that. You know what I'm saying? That's
spontaneity. Yeah,
him got more of that in him.
I got you.
Than a lot of that. You know what I'm saying? Other shit or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You need all that shit. You know, to be on that level. I always say, like, if you could rap, then you could fucking do comedy. True. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to be able to, you know what I'm saying?
And spontaneity,
and you can act.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you pull out different emotions and shit. You know what I'm saying? And people or whatever, man. So it ain't just like saying the words and shit like that, the metaphors and shit like that's for us or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Oh, it's rhyme or whatever. But if you able to do the other part
and perform as well as
that's when you got it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because you can rap your ass off or whatever, but you're a dumb motherfucker.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? You don't have nothing but that. You don't have no personality or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes that shit is harder than the rhymes. And if you look at it nowadays or whatever, that matters more than your music now. Like your important shit. Like the people buy the reality. They buying you. They purchasing, you know what I'm saying, you or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And you know that music shit is just playing in the background. You know what I'm saying? They want that whole shit. I mean, a regular guy could make some bullshit up, and I'm feeling like this today. I'm gonna hit this lady in the head with a grape, and it can have a fucking million views.
True.
Something you've been rapping for 20 years, and he got a million views or whatever. He's freestyling, saying something stupid about, you know what I'm saying, grapes or something or whatever. So it's totally like, you know, it's totally like flipped or whatever, man. It's totally flipped.
So next, like, music, what you got coming, man? Because I just followed you on your YouTube.
Okay.
And I'm just looking at the list.
Yeah.
Because, you know, us being artists, we get into our own lane and, you know, we so busy, but then you get the time to look up and check somebody else's status. I'm like, dang, okay.
Yeah.
You
And
doing
I'm
some
like
things,
that too,
man. For real, you got some videos out here.
Yeah, I always be looking, you know, at everybody's stuff too, man. But like some of the latest stuff, you know, that I did, I got a couple jams about to come out.
Okay.
One with Ant Live and Tash from the Alcoholics or whatever. This song we did called From London to Europe.
Okay.
We shot the video for that. They shot some parts overseas or whatever. Then we shot some parts back in Detroit or whatever. But the record real dope or whatever. From London to Europe. It's gonna drop soon. So y'all check that out when it drop. And I got some shit with Ron Dada or whatever, man. Cadillac Dale on the hook or whatever, you know what I'm saying? I think Amp Fiddler even, you know, played some bass and keys and stuff on there or whatever, I think, or whatever, man. So that's gonna be, you know, coming soon as well. We did a real nice record, and I got a chance to record on Eminem mic or whatever, doing the recording sessions or whatever for that.
What's that, 54?
Yeah, 54 sound or whatever, man. Ron Dada had me up there. And,
Word up.
You know, when I got there, the engineer was laughing. He's like, oh, yeah, I got Eminem mic set up right for you.
That's
you know what I'm
hilarious.
saying? I'm like, oh, man, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's dope.
all the family.
Bust a rhyme on Marshall's mic, you know, and, you know.
Eminem,
That's a good mic. I don't know if y'all ever used that mic at 54 sound. Like, you can't mess up on it.
For real?
Nah, man, it's so crispy. Like, you cannot mess up.
That's dope.
Like, your pronunciation. That's how I felt when I did it, like
enunciation catches everything.
Yeah, you can't mess up on there, man. It's so crispy. Like, that's the most crispiest.
You know what mic it is? You know
I don't know. I just know it's the mic at 54 sound. He used he used it on 8 Mile or whatever, and I guess some other shit or whatever. But I just know that it was crispy as hell. You know, I recorded on a few mics, but that one.
You said that was the one. You could tell, huh?
Yeah, that was crispy.
Ooh. Crispy like the Cardis. Can we talk about the Cardi Boys?
Yeah, we can talk about the
Let's
Cardi
talk about
Boys,
the Cardi
man.
Boys, man.
Yeah.
Because
Shout out to the Cardi Boys.
Y'all was making a lot of noise.
Yeah.
Like when Search came in and all of that was on the radio. Shout out to MC Search.
Yeah.
And I was working at Greektown at that time.
Okay.
So, like I said, in my lane like this, you know what I'm saying, D12, you know, Proof is doing this thing and all of that. Then I looked up and I heard y'all on the radio one day.
Yeah.
And I said, I know these voices. Like, wait a minute.
Yeah, like these. Yeah.
Wait a minute. And I was like, Dom, have you heard this new record, man? Such and such. And he broke it down. He was like, man, them the homies. I said, no, it ain't.
Yeah.
He said, yes, it is. That's them. I said, for real?
Yeah. So
how did that, man? Because that was a powerful movement.
In high school, as far as me in high school, I used to like right around the time like we was getting started with Last Ones Out and all that. I rapped with this guy named Marlon. We had you know what I'm saying, rest in peace to Marlon.
Rest in peace.
We had a group called the MOP, you know what I'm saying, the Ministers of Blackness or whatever, at King or whatever. We used to always do talent shows and, you know what I'm saying, all that shit.
You said at King?
At King, you know what I'm saying, high school, because I went to Northern and I went to King. You know what I'm saying, or whatever, man. So I was at the best of both worlds.
Yes, you did. I was going to say, you was on the east side with them, the King?
Yeah,
Okay.
From the west side.
From the west. Word up.
You know, but we moved when I was like 12 years old. We moved from over on Plymouth or whatever
to downtown. So that's why I saw you downtown.
Yeah. I grew up right across the street from the Renaissance Center in the Millender.
In the Millender Center.
Right across from right across from St. Andrews, and everybody stayed
so much. Okay, we was in your hood basically.
Yeah, basically in my backyard, and everybody who came through, all the big people, you know, they performed.
Yes, it was right there,
and they stayed
in
the Omni
was
Hotel.
Catching them.
Yeah, because my mom was the manager. I had to access
my G, it all makes sense now.
Whatever. Anybody who's coming to do a show, NWA, whoever, they'll perform at, you know, Joe Louis or whatever, and then come back down Jefferson or whatever to the Omni or whatever, man. And That's how I
Think
met.
you know
Met
somebody.
and saw,
This man
you know,
was
met
in
and
the midst.
saw a lot of people. And people, Kwame Kilpatrick family stayed there.
Mm-hmm.
Like a bunch of prominent people and stuff stayed in the Millender Center, white, black, Chinese or whatever, but like a lot of like black, you know what I'm saying, black people, whatever, man.
Wow.
Zaina, that's where I met Zaina, like I say, since I was like 12
Shout
years
out to
old.
Spectacles,
Shout
yes,
out to
yes.
Spectacles or whatever. Another one of our facilitators,
Yes.
you know what I'm saying?
Mother of man.
Yeah, but back to the, you
Yes,
know.
Cardi.
Yeah, the Cardi Boys stuff or whatever, man. Like I say, it was actually right around the time or whatever, you know what I'm saying, when me and Proof was doing our thing or whatever, where, you know, they had out shit on you or whatever. And
I
then
want to talk
did
about that too.
Did a
'cause that
record
was
called, you know, I'll shit on
I
Proof.
still
or
haven't
whatever,
heard
you know what I'm
that,
saying?
just so you
Yeah.
know.
Well, you probably won't. I won't. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
I
I
don't
get
really
it.
play it no more
I
now
get
or
it.
whatever.
I
man,
totally get it, but
Yeah.
I did not even know.
to make it short, so people understand or whatever.
Please.
To make it short or whatever. Like if you really knew this nigga Proof. For real.
For real.
Like, not all that fake shit and just hanger on people like that. And you knew he was a clown or whatever. And I always took that shit like he was throwing me a bomb. You know what I'm saying, or whatever, man. Because if you think about it, at that time or whatever, that's how it was going in rap or whatever. Like,
Right.
there was a couple cats battling or whatever. And that was also like how cats was marketing stuff.
Correct.
You know, getting your stuff, you know, together, whatever. Because we definitely didn't hate each other like at all or whatever. If anything, like we two of the people that brought all this shit, you know what I'm saying, together, whatever, different hoods and different, you know, people, whatever, you know what I'm saying. That's how I even got like copies of his first shit that he did with Mo Master and shit like that nobody has because I was fucking there. You know what I'm saying? Like I rap with K9 and
Did
IQ
you?
with K9.
So you
and
on some of
IQ
that
or
shit
whatever.
too?
Hell yeah. And Proof wasn't even really rapping yet. If you want to be honest or whatever, like they was dancing, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. Like they wasn't really rhyming and shit yet or whatever, man. And like when we used to do it or whatever, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. Proof like Coogee rap the best, so he used to bust Coogee raps.
Yep.
I like Grand Poobah, so I used to bust the Grand Poobah raps. It was like 91 or some shit, 91, 92, 90, some shit like that. K9 or whatever, he liked Rakim or whatever, so he'd be Rakim or whatever, you know what I'm saying. We used to battle each other.
Wow.
You know, saying they raps or whatever, you know what I'm saying. A lot of people don't even, you know what I'm saying, like know that shit or whatever. So we definitely, you know what I'm saying, didn't.
The love was there.
Yeah, the love was there or whatever, you know what I'm saying.
So
if you
it's
go
basi-
back through it, through all that hip hop shit and through the years or whatever, you know what I'm saying, like we was number one and number two, you know what I'm saying, for a long, you know what I'm saying, time or whatever. Like you didn't want it, you know what I'm saying, either way. You know what I'm saying? You didn't want to see him or you didn't, you know what I'm saying, want to see me with that rapping shit or whatever. So
That's what I remember.
I'm here personally telling everybody that, you know, that shit was all love and anything else was just other people around that shit who really
Hyping it
didn't
up.
know.
They
You know what I'm
didn't know
saying?
the love was
Didn't know
there.
the security or whatever. The nigga shit that whoop ass for him or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
They
like,
wasn't around.
Yeah,
They
I
was
was doing,
babies.
I was before, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah,
before
any of
that
that.
or whatever. When he wasn't even Proof yet, motherfucker. It
was Maximum.
You know what I'm saying? That shit, that's how far, you know, I go back or whatever with him or whatever, man. But during that time or whatever, so I made a song or whatever. I had a song called Loe Louis, and I had shit on Proof on the other side of that or whatever.
Okay.
So, Killer Gans had heard Loe Louis or whatever. Like, I don't even know how he heard it. But anyway, Killer Gans heard, you know what I'm saying, Loe Louis or whatever. He wanted, you know what I'm saying, to take me to get it recorded, you know what I'm saying, and shit or whatever, you know what I'm saying, and put it down, you know what I'm saying, for real, put some money behind it or whatever. So we go to do that or whatever, and I'm playing, you know what I'm saying, some shit from Marlon that I got from Kill, whatever, the dude that I went to school with or whatever. And Marlon like, man, he sound familiar. Like, I think this is my cousin or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So come to find out, Killer Gans and Marlon, his family or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Marlon, you know what I'm saying, passed or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And that's what kind of like brought me and Kill, you know what I'm saying, together real close or whatever, because we met, you know, during that time or whatever. Then, you know, he passed or whatever. So we said, you know, we always do this shit, you know what I'm saying, or whatever,
Bond,
man.
yeah,
Do this
for
or
your
whatever,
mans.
man.
Wow.
So that's how it started or whatever. So did the Loe Louis and the shit on Proof stuff or whatever, and that's, you know, moving or whatever. We going back, bubbling a little bit or whatever. So that December or whatever, you know what I'm saying, Kill called us all over his crib or whatever for Christmas, and he had a bag full of Cardis. Started, you know what I'm saying, passing out, you know what I'm saying, Cardis, but like before that, it was like, you know, we was thinking like, you know, we should, you know what I'm saying, put together, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, some Detroit shit, put together different Detroit niggas or whatever, you know what I'm saying. And I basically like handpicked, you know what I'm saying, like all them niggas.
The ones,
B flat.
Shout out to
I want B flat. If I had to make a super group, I want Fuzz. I want Bittersweet. Definitely, you know what I'm saying, I want Grim or whatever, you know what I'm saying. I want, you know, Killer Gans or whatever, you know what I'm saying. We're gonna need some young hot niggas, so we grab, you know what I'm saying, J-Rock or whatever. But there's a bunch of people that, La Peace, of course, Jay Fleazy or whatever. It was like parts unknown mixed with, you know, last one's out, you know what I'm saying, mixed with, like it was just, it
was a mashup,
yeah, it was a mashup, but kind of like handpicked all the people that I really thought was, you know, really fresh or whatever. And we started, you know, making records or whatever.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? As far as like getting the rhymes together and the shit like that or whatever, you know what I'm saying? That was me or whatever, getting the rappers and shit together. Killer Gans basically got the music together or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And the management of it or whatever, like how we should, you know, how we should do it or whatever, you know what I'm saying, man? But like I say, I put together the people and we all made the music, you know what I'm saying, together or whatever, you know what I'm saying, and we did a couple, you know what I'm saying, records. People started liking that shit or whatever, but like the Cardi thing, Killer Gans was in the Cardis. None of us really was even into Cardis like that or whatever, but he, you know what I'm saying, he was into it or whatever.
The Cardi culture.
You know what I'm saying, and got it, and you know what I'm saying, got that, and got so, it bubbled so hard from doing it so hard or whatever, you know what I'm saying, that they fucking called him from France or whatever.
They called him?
Yeah.
The day?
Yeah. Cartier called Killer Gans, called a nigga in Detroit or whatever, you know what I'm saying, like,
sir,
how was we, you know what I'm saying, got all these people or whatever, you know what I'm saying, like demanding that shit or whatever.
Really?
You know what I'm saying, and you know, they sponsored us.
Sponsorship.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't even have a record deal or no shit like that.
Who
like,
you know from the D got a Cardi spot?
Yeah, Cartier sponsored us. We was the first, you know what I'm saying, the first ones or whatever. They sponsored us. They flew to Detroit, had meetings or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And every time we did a show or anything, gave us glasses or whatever. Even when we put out the CD or whatever, they gave out a free pair of glasses or whatever in the CD or whatever. Like when you bought the CD, if you had the golden ticket, you get a free pair of glasses. We started throwing these parties called the Cardi Gras. Just like Mardi Gras. Girls show their titties or whatever for the beats or whatever. The girl with the most beats at the end of the night.
Get the Cardi.
Get the Cardis or whatever. That was pure madness. You know what I'm saying? Of course, all you know what I'm saying, all the girls was there to win the Cardis. All the dudes came or whatever, you know what I'm saying, to
just
see
to
the titties or whatever.
Just
so
to watch.
It was like, man, it was crazy or whatever, man. And it, like I say, it was shit. It got, every one of them got shut down. You know what I'm saying?
It was like things like that.
The fire marshal. Every one of them got shut down. So if you got any footage or anything like that, memories of the Cardi Gras, you know what I'm saying? Then, you know, we did, you know, we did that or whatever. And that's, you know, that's basically how it, you know, how it came about or whatever. Like now, you know, they like the Buffys or whatever, you know, but we come from, you know, the era or whatever where we like all styles of them, kind of like a connoisseur in that shit after we fuck with them for so long or whatever, because they make some sweet sunglasses, man, and you know, real glasses too,
and monocles too.
Yeah, you know, anything vision, you know, eyewear, you know, anything that's in that direction or whatever, man.
So what was that like, man? Just y'all holding that Cardi torch like that.
It was
even to this day, like
it was
you
amazing.
See everybody talking,
man, like that's, you know, so much came of that or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And when Search came here or whatever, of course, he wear Cardis or whatever. So you know what I'm saying? And he heard about the Cardi Boys, like what the hell? And he was looking for an intro or whatever to do his show or whatever, because he was gonna be, you know, hosting 98 or whatever. And TJ, you know, he worked for 98 or whatever at the time or whatever. So he like, man, you should, you know, write a song or whatever.
Detroit Streets.
What up, though, TJ? Yeah.
Osborne.
So of course, you know, Killer Gans came to me with the beat or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Or you know, it was a Stevie Wonder sample or something or whatever, man. And we did it, I laid it or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Search loved it, and shit, we did the, you know, the morning show all fucking while he was here or whatever. We did the theme songs, you know what I'm saying?
Beautiful.
To it or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And just by Search being like really into hip hop and really into rapping, all that type of shit. I mean, he the person who fucking found Nas or whatever. You know what I'm saying? He just took a liking to us or whatever, and that just made it even more impactful,
Family,
yeah,
okay.
impactful or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And the rest, you know, was just our talent. Once they, you know, heard these niggas and the shit we was doing, of course we was doing all Detroit shit or whatever. So you got like some of the best rapping motherfuckers, people that can rap.
Right. On that shit.
On Detroit shit, like not just like on some hip hop shit or
Right.
some street shit, but on some Detroit shit that everybody mess with or whatever.
Universal.
Your grandma mess with it and the baby over there dancing to it. You know what I'm saying? So that's how whatever. So we had the hip hop cats because that's where we come from. We had, you know what I'm saying, the street people, whatever, and we had the people who just the party people. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it was kind of like a, you know, three-headed
yeah.
monster or whatever.
Party
you know what I'm
grub,
saying?
for
The
real.
streets, the party people,
Yeah.
and the hip hop people or whatever, man. And, we was killing them or whatever.
Yes,
you know
y'all
what I'm
was,
saying?
man. Y'all was
We
making
killing
a
them.
lot
We
of
did,
noise.
yeah, we was doing that thing or whatever for a while or whatever, man. Shout out to the Cardi Boys. You
Shout
know?
out to the Cardi Boys.
Yeah,
Man.
and you know we did all that, like I say, on our own or whatever. You know what I'm saying? A lot of that is killer gas or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And just learning. You know what I'm saying? The experience and the shit. You know what I'm saying? As you go or whatever, and soaking up, you know, game and juice from search. You know what I'm saying? Like that or whatever, man. Like we put in a lot of work. You know, with Cartier, and to this day, like our relationship is still. You know what I'm saying? Good with them or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Kill working on some shit with them right now, whatever, you know what I'm saying? But
That's beautiful.
yeah, man.
Yeah, it's time to bring that back, man.
Yeah.
Because I don't think the world really understands.
Yeah,
like,
other cities niggas might have been wearing some Cardis, but y'all wasn't doing that shit like how, you know, we was
Not like
doing
the
that
D was
shit or
doing.
whatever. Nobody was.
And that's
So
once
they know
again,
that.
Detroit innovating on another level.
Detroit
And just
or whatever.
taking it and then, you know.
That's what they was trying to figure out, because you know, man, they wake up in the morning, they looking at them stats
Right.
and seeing where they product is
Selling
moving
that.
and selling that. They fucking trying to figure out how the fuck is, you know what I'm saying, Al Karan selling all these Cartier glasses, and they call them like, it's this guy, you know what I'm saying, the Cardi Boys, and they like, what? Who? Yeah.
What?
Yeah, they even came out here and had a party. Like, we brought Cartier from France to 8 Mile, you know what I'm saying? I think it was the Lighthouse or whatever. And they brought their whole display. Like, we had security in there with M16.
You was telling me one time about
they
the
brought
truck,
out-
like
yeah,
they was the
yeah,
armored truck.
Yeah,
with
they brought out the whole Cartier displays. You know what I'm saying? Like, all their glasses. You know what I'm saying, man? Like,
from the classics to the like a trunk show, basically.
yeah. I mean, they had $25,000 pairs of glasses, and you know, and right on 8 Mile. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that was some shit that you know that'll never be duplicated.
Damn.
You know, again or whatever, man. But yeah,
That's amazing.
yeah, did a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? Did a lot of shit that people don't, you know about or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I ain't like the broadcasting type either or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like a good story, a good conversation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I tell you some shit or whatever, but I probably never be the first person. You know what I'm saying? You
Hey,
know
man,
what I'm
I
saying?
did, man.
Yeah,
We was-
that's
I
where
got you.
low key come from.
Low
You know what I'm
key,
saying? That's
I
how
got
you
you.
wouldn't even know that I rap like that or whatever, because you
'Cause
see
that
me,
was,
and I'm
yes,
more laid
low-key,
back
yup,
like this,
and then
you
when
gonna
it's
say, we got
time-
this time, hey, you know, like,
Yeah.
what the hell? I didn't even. And that's what, you know, that's where that shit. That's
He was
where
like a
that shit
super
comes
agent
from.
in a trench coat, bro. It was like that. It was like some, for me,
Yeah.
like how I used to see y'all.
Yeah.
Because I was born in 77. I'm 47.
Okay.
So I'm younger than proof. I'm the runt
Yep.
of everybody. So just to see y'all, like everybody was like superheroes.
Yeah,
It was like the Justice League.
Yeah.
Or the
Yeah,
you know
just
what I'm
like you
saying?
say, it was just comic books in
Yes.
general. Just let's just say the Marvel universe.
The Marvel
You know what I'm
universe,
saying?
it was
Everybody
really like
had,
that.
yeah,
Everything was
everybody
a-
had their little powers, and you know, different people, whatever, and we came together for the cause or whatever. Like no matter what, how good we was always better together.
Correct.
That's when everybody started noticing. You know what I'm saying? When everybody's on the same page. We got the big ass party on Friday. Everybody at the shop on Saturday. Every week,
Religious.
like no matter
Religious.
like how you felt or whatever, it's like church. You
It
know
was
what I'm saying? Like
religious.
you still gotta be there or whatever, even if you don't like Miss Johnson. You sit right next to her.
Yup.
You know what I'm saying? Or whatever.
Hallelujah,
it was-
praise when it's
yeah.
time to read. Yup.
Yeah,
'cause I
and that's when
missed
we
that.
got our most, you know, exposure or whatever. When the light really started, you
Hitting
know,
us out there.
beaming on Detroit or whatever, man, and they started seeing what we was doing. So that's what we are. It makes us feel like we all, you know what I'm saying, was a part of that shit, which we was. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Like, we did that or whatever. Like I said, we was the mascots for this shit,
Wow.
representing shit that they was soon to see.
Yes.
Trying to tell them about it or whatever. You know how
Kept
people
telling
running
them.
around like,
We
hey,
was
the
trying, we was telling
revolution
them.
is coming.
Y'all
You know what
better
I'm
get it.
saying?
Like, yeah.
Now look what happened.
And
You
now
know
it's
what I'm saying?
legendary.
Yeah.
Okay,
So the 3 floors of fun, because you was talking about Drews, because I just ran into the Black Ranger from Power Rangers, and he used to be down there dancing with us and whatnot.
Yeah.
So I used to tell people this all the time. I was talking to Hex Murder online, because he was laughing at dude like, oh, the corny dancing.
Yeah.
I'm like, no.
Like he was down there.
My man was down there,
And that's how a lot of rappers and you know what I'm saying, shit like that, you know what I'm saying, was down there dancing and stuff.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like it was, you know what I'm saying, like the shell or whatever, you had to be able to get your break on, you know what I'm saying, as well to be cool, you know what I'm saying, to be cool up in there or whatever. It wasn't just some raps, Hex Murder, or just some cool ass, you know what I'm saying? Niggas like, nah, you really hip hop. You got your clothes dirty.
I was just about to say that. You got your
clothes dirty.
Sweaty, dirty, whatever.
Yeah, it was
go to Plaka afterwards, Mediterranean, eat something. And
cause like one of the DJs stayed in my building in the Millender Center, DJ Cheese or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
He sick, going through some health things, you know what I'm saying, right now. So shout out to DJ Cheese. That's like one of the original people, whatever, you know what I'm saying, man. And as far as my introduction to Drews, like it was through DJ Cheese. Like I say, he used to DJ over there. It wasn't even hip hop yet. It was just a regular night. He'd be doing the booty shaking set, you know what I'm saying? And like I say, I was too young to get in that or whatever, so he'll let me, you know, bring his records or whatever. Just like some of the other shit you be hearing. I carried his records or whatever into the, you know what I'm saying, shit or whatever. When the shit got hyped, I sneak downstairs, open up the back door, let all the kids in or whatever, you know what I'm saying? You got a bunch of underage, you know what I'm saying, kids and shit in there or whatever. And that's how that started or whatever.
Got you.
Cheese, of course, you know what I'm saying, he fucked with hip hop. A party would always start with some hip hop stuff, but then it always would go to the booty shake and shit or whatever. And that's what, you know what I'm saying, he was known for or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But he was the one that used to get us up in there or whatever and everything. So I kept begging Cheese, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, like, man, please let Shoes or Dez just spin or whatever. You know, once you get it going, let one of them get up there, you know what I'm saying, to spin or whatever.
Okay.
So he gave him 15 minutes, and that's how Shoes.
That's how the start of that. Because I
remember. That's how the Drews we know started or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, Cheese finally took us up on the offer once he started, you know what I'm saying, seeing it or whatever, seeing them two get up there.
So he didn't get the vision at first? He didn't really see it?
Nope, he didn't see it at first. He'd be drunk by that time. Cheese would be drunk by that time. A couple 40s up there, spinning some booty shaking music or whatever. Maybe like Tone saw it, you know what I'm saying, like Slim Fast, you know what I'm saying, saw it or whatever. He saw how the crowd would be reacting to, you know, House Shoes and Dez or whatever, you know what I'm saying. Dez a little bit more, you know what I'm saying, too, but Dez was, you know,
he was spinning a little bit of everything,
doing, you know, something everywhere or whatever. And he was touring and moving around a lot or whatever, you know what I'm saying. So Shoes, they kind of leaned more, you know what I'm saying, towards Shoes or whatever. And Shoes had like the mixes, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, like he had shit you wanted to hear, but he would always have a different mix of it or whatever. Like, how the fuck, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. So that's how that, you know, came about or whatever, man. Then we lived there for about 10, 15 years, you know what I'm saying, straight or whatever. Like, that was our home, you know what I'm saying? Like, I done been sleeping in the shelter, St. Andrews or whatever.
Because I remember you used to
partied
have
on every floor,
the circle passes, like you was the plug.
I was with Shoes when he went to talk to, there was a lady named Nancy. That ran it at that time or whatever. Okay. And I was with
Nancy. Yes,
and I was with Nancy. I was with Pat, you know what I'm saying, DJ Cheese or whatever. Cheese, all, you know what I'm saying, he go back with, you know what I'm saying, Kid Rock and, you know what I'm saying, all them, you know what I'm saying, all them or whatever. But anyway, I was with him right there, standing by him when he got hip hop on 3 floors, you know what I'm saying, for fun or whatever, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. And
because they was banning the hip hop for a while, they didn't want us there. And they wouldn't play it.
Because the hip hoppers didn't spend no money or whatever, you know what I'm saying, and how most of the niggas got in was from the free passes or whatever, you know what I'm saying, or whatever circles, or, you know what I'm saying, letting the door free. But after we all started coming and kind of took it over or whatever, like I guess them dollar beers was selling, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, man, after that or whatever, then it kind of eased up or whatever, you know what I'm saying, to us up in there. Zane,
so it was more of a money
2,
thing
4,
at
6,
first.
Okay. Because the hip hoppers, they didn't have no money or whatever, you know, if they did, they was buying some weed or something before. They had buy their drinks and shit before or sneak them in or whatever. I'm not buying that high ass shit, even though it might be $2. $2,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? Fucking used to go up there with cheese and just get pockets of free passes. Like, why would you pay? And I got these fucking free passes.
Anytime
like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just like how Proof and they had the shops, the shirts and shit, we had the passes and shit or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it was always like we had all the cool shit.
Yeah, we did.
You know, the hip hoppers had all the cool shit, or knew where to get it. Or somebody worked there. That's how you got it. You know what I'm saying? All the cool shit or whatever. You know
and it
what I'm
was
saying?
underground on internet.
Yeah, no internet.
We had our own little network.
Yep. Shout out to Proof. Like, you don't understand. Like, I had probably every fucking shirt that Maurice Malone like made or whatever. Like, every time he saw me give me a shirt. It might be a shirt that's a fucking 5X. I'm like, dog, like, I'm little, you know, take this shirt or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I had all of them fucking shirts.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
You still got them?
I still got a lot of shit.
Okay.
Still got a lot of shit in the collection, man. I had to post something online or whatever.
Please,
you know what I'm saying? Let you see some stuff, but you know what I'm saying?
Please.
Jesus was darker than me.
I'm still,
you know what I'm saying?
Still eating your lies
and
and pork, the afros and
the brown hearted weed shirt. Like, it was, you know what I'm saying?
You got any jerseys? Did you get any of them? The hockey I ain't get no hockey jerseys.
A lot of the DJs I remember had the jerseys or whatever. You know what I'm saying, man? But still, the sweetest shit that I ever saw was the pants or whatever. Them first pants was with the pocket.
That was the Fergs. That was like the doper than the Jabos.
Yeah. Nothing can fuck with them to this
I
day.
Agree. You hear that, Maurice?
Nothing that fresh to this day.
Fergs, man.
With the pockets. That was better than the overalls, everything. Them, man. And you made them too fucking big. That was the only thing I couldn't get them or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because they was too big. And we used to wear big ass.
We used to wear baggy shit.
We'd get a pair of 50s. And put a fucking shoestring around them or whatever, man. We walk around these big ass fucking. I don't know why we was doing that, but
I know why I was doing it. You know
what I'm saying?
Why I was doing it.
You smuggling stuff in?
You already know it. I had the shorts.
Yeah.
And that's how I had the Knicks on this side, the Dons on this side.
Has the shorts and shit, had pockets and
had
shit.
The pockets, right. So I do it like that. So when I go to Drew's.
Yeah. Jeans for your ass.
New jeans for your ass. Like that. And that's basically how we got started, man. Like my man, shout out to Tyrone.
Yeah.
Tyrone used to manage. Ty used to manage. And Ty was moving.
Yeah. You remember T.A.J. Tyrone and Jerome.
And he was moving. Yeah. So Proof found like it was some short, a little less than a pound. In the back, up under a bunch of clothes, because if you ever went back there, it was, you know, all the stash and stuff, whatever. It was just like, man, throw that to the side, throw that to the side.
It was like some Dave Chappelle shit, like y'all found the shit. Like
we was back there. Maurice said, clean that shit up. And Maurice, this is back when he was going back and forth to New York.
Yeah.
So this is like, boom, he gone.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It was like Revenge of the Nerds too. Bush. We got Bush.
I was like, what? All this dope shit we finna
What is what we bought? Look. That's how we printed up yesteryears. That's how we got started with a lot of. Plus, we worked there.
Yeah.
And then people used to come in all the time.
Yeah.
So then,
you know, really got everything they need. Wow, man. Wow. And shout out to Weed, man.
Yes,
you know
man. Shout out to Weed. Really kept us together. I don't think I started smoking till I was about after like Dilla passed, I think.
Yeah.
It's when I, you know what I'm saying, Dilla and Proof, and then that was like my therapy. That's when I actually like understood.
Well, I come from a Jamaican family.
Did not know that.
I'm just kidding.
Oh, okay.
It seemed like it was Jamaicans or whatever, the way my mama knew was smoking. Like, I used to see my dad and uncles coming from the store with them brown bags from the store or whatever. Now they like the lawn bags and shit, but like at first your groceries come in a brown bag full of weed.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? I done seen them like have so much weed where they just put it on the barbecue pit or whatever, you know what I'm saying, and light the weed or whatever.
And let it, the aroma
got high off the smoke. So I just always, you know, been around it or whatever, you know what I'm saying, and kind of knew like before, you know, it was legalized and all that, like it had, you know, better qualities and shit like that. Learning that, you know, from my grandma or whatever, you know what I'm saying. My granddad was Indian or whatever, you know what I'm saying. And he was, you know, he used to roll his own shit and grow his own shit.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying, back then or whatever, you know what I'm saying. And I was just a baby, so I always knew that it had, you know, other, you know what I'm saying.
Medicinal properties. Yes, healing properties, all of that. Yeah. It wasn't until I started educating myself.
Man, and now shit, I grow all kind
of. So tell me about that, please. Let's get into, you know, the growth, please.
Well, I'm Michigan caregiver or whatever, man. So of course when it got legalized, I wanted to make some money like everybody else or whatever, you know, or be able to get more of the weed and everything, you know. So me and my dad went in or whatever, man. And he's like the real grower or whatever, and he kind of like made me start learning how to grow after my mom passed or whatever, you know. So that's when I, you know what I'm saying, that's when I really got into it or whatever, man. And it's the most common, like, peaceful shit, you know what I'm saying? Like when you really like sitting and watching some, you know, some stuff grow and copy yourself. You know what I'm saying? Basically, what we do.
Nature, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. That's just a trip or whatever, man. And it just got me now. I'm just hooked or whatever. So yeah, man, I be walking around the crib like I gotta check on my cotton weed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying, man? Or whatever, like a real stoner type shit.
That's dope.
Or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But you know, yeah, that's what I do. I like weed. Hell, I don't even drink or nothing or whatever. But I will smoke you down, buddy.
Word up. We have to definitely get into that.
Yeah.
You hear that? The next part 2, going into the smoke you down session of the Moorish Mud Show, because man, the culture, like I'm totally open, you know what I mean?
And man, you know, keep doing the show or whatever too, man, and have, you know what I'm saying, interesting people on it or whatever. Like it don't necessarily have to be hip hop people and, you know what I'm saying, that type of people. Like there's different people or whatever who they might have, you know, talked to somebody who got the clubs to facilitate the shit.
Right.
You got people like Hassan. He wasn't no rapper or nothing, but he helped facilitate
a lot of
you know what I'm saying, and help pull relationships together. And people like Zayna, you know what I'm saying, like that or whatever, man. Like we got a bunch of dope, you know, people, you know what I'm saying, in Detroit hip hop or whatever, not just like the people that rap and make the music or whatever, you know what I'm saying. Like we got our facilitators is dope as hell.
Very
you know what I'm saying?
To the history, to the culture.
Yeah, and without them, like a lot of shit
would not have gone down.
Would not have gone down, you know what I'm saying, for us, and you probably would have never even saw some of this, you know what I'm saying, some of this shit or whatever, man. So shout out to the facilitators, whatever, man.
Yes. Promoters
that
too.
That is Detroit hip hop shit. Yes, that's part of it, you know what I'm saying? That's part of it. They spent their money, you know what I'm saying?
I saw Martine at
Sister Martine.
Sister Martine, yo. I saw her at what was it? We was at for the Techno Fest over the weekend over Movement.
Yeah.
And it was just like you know what I'm saying?
Right. You know what's dope about that? Before I even knew she was into hip hop or anything like that or whatever, guess where I saw Martine was the first
Hart Plaza.
Nope. Delivering mail. She was the mail lady.
She sure was.
You know what I'm saying? Like she was the mail lady or whatever. Then you know what I'm saying? Like I went to some P Groove house or something or whatever. Like what the hell? Like the mail lady here? And everybody was laughing like wow. You know what I'm saying? Like once it was like discovery or whatever, man. We was finding out like everybody's in this hip hop, they rap, so and so, DJ. You got, you know what I'm saying? Like you remember, man?
Yes.
Like that shit was amazing, man.
Damn.
At one point, like it was amazing. It was like at the record store digging, you know what I'm saying, and you find a cool sample or whatever. Like that's how it was like meeting people, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, man.
Fresh,
and you know what I'm saying, and people did their thing, or you find out what they really did, or they present their stuff, you know what I'm saying. It was like that or whatever, man. We was in the face busting or whatever, man. You was surprised and, you know, spontaneous combustions, man.
Yeah, that was beautiful times, man. I gotta thank you, bro. Thank you once again.
Thanks for having me up here, whatever,
bro,
man.
This is
you know
hip-hop,
it's gonna
man.
be whatever. We go back.
Woo, hip hop don't stop, y'all. This is the Moorish Mud Show. It's my man Loester, man. Low key. Check him out. Follow this guy. Y'all don't
Thanks for having me.
This man changed a lot of what other rappers was trying to do. Like he was in a pocket of his own. This man has a flow, a bob, a rock of, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I knew you would get in it when you get that stiff rock going and all the hands go up and like people don't know that
that's
wave.
Just you know what it is?
What?
That's just the vibe. You know what I'm saying? Like that's our vibe. You know what I'm saying? And we all got it. And once we like turn that on or whatever, like people come from everywhere. And it's like a bat symbol or something. We all gravitate to it or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like that's our vibe. Like I said before when we did the Rebirth of Detroit shit with Jay Dilla, and we did some promo or whatever. And I was telling the story like, you know, when they brought that album up there and he played it for the first time, and you look around and everybody not even just the hip hop people. I mean just like the hip hop people, but the bartenders, the security people. You know what I'm saying? The dudes who just came to dance or
The
whatever.
janitor, yeah.
The fucking white dude with the mohawk.
Right.
Everybody was fucking bobbing in unison. Like, what the fuck
is this?
Is
Yeah.
this? You know what I'm saying?
Detroit
That's
hip
us.
hop.
That's the best way I can explain it. That
Detroit
vibe or
hip-hop.
whatever. Everybody don't got it or whatever. So you bump into certain people, you put a couple of them together, then they
And
get
here
that,
it comes,
they see
yeah.
that light, like,
You're right.
oh shit. So imagine
They
you know,
doing it. It's on.
Imagine if it
They
was
doing it.
all of us, you know what I'm saying? Really beaming or whatever, man. But yeah.
Yeah, we got to get it together, bro. We bringing it back, man.
Yeah. Oh, it's coming back.
It's
coming
here.
back. Yeah.
It's here.
Yeah.
Detroit hip hop, y'all. Morris Mud Show. Thank y'all.
Peace and love.
Tune in, like, subscribe, share, comment. It's all love.
Yeah.
Hip hop. Peace. Love.
Peace.
Shout out to Maurice Malone for sponsoring the Morris Schmutz Show. Over 40 years in the fashion industry, the original style of Detroit hip hop, bringing it back to where we started. Visit www.mauricemaloneusa.com and shop online for the freshest fits, drips, and tips. Support the legacy of a true originator and pioneer, Maurice Malone. I want to give a special shout out to our sponsors for this particular show.
Yeah.
Maurice Malone Designs, the hip hop shop. Yes, we got Doghouse, the brand. So we like to smoke these. You know what I'm saying? To the dome. Microphone. About to cut this off and leave y'all alone. Peace and love. Song. Thank you, sponsors.
Peace.
Peace.